Welcome to Paradise Now Go Away, the first settlers. We begin our journey through time in the sun-drenched archipelago of Vanuatu, a place so idyllic it makes postcards look like gritty documentaries. The first humans to call this paradise home were the Lapita people, arriving around 1500 to 1000 BC. These intrepid explorers, sailing from Southeast Asia, were basically the Beyoncé of the ancient Pacific, bringing their culture, language, and sweet pottery skills. They navigated the vast ocean using only the stars, currents, and probably some seriously impressive intuition. Think about that next time you use your phone's GPS to find the nearest Starbucks. Upon arriving in Vanuatu, they established villages, farmed, fished, and generally lived the good island life. These early settlers weren't just beach bums though. They developed complex social structures, intricate belief systems, and even had a knack for creating some truly impressive hairstyles. Seriously, Google Vanuatu traditional hairstyles. You won't be disappointed. Over centuries, these traditions evolved, forming the bedrock of what we now know as Vanuatu's rich and diverse cultural heritage. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. The story of Vanuatu is just getting started, and like any good story, it's about to get a whole lot more complicated. Fast forward a few centuries, and the peaceful existence of Vanuatu's inhabitants gets a rude awakening. Enter the Europeans, those intrepid explorers with a knack for discovering places that were already inhabited. In 1606, Portuguese explorer Pedro Fernandes de Queiroz, working for Spain, stumbled upon the islands. Imagine his surprise, finding an archipelago already teeming with people, languages, and customs. Queiroz named the islands Australia del Espíritu Santo, thinking it was part of a mythical southern continent. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. But hey, points for enthusiasm, right? After Queiroz's brief visit, Europeans forgot about Vanuatu for a while. That is, until Captain James Cook showed up in 1774. Cook realized this wasn't Australia. He mapped the archipelago, named it New Hebrides, and sailed away. With Cook's arrival, the floodgates opened. Missionaries, traders, and adventurers flocked to the islands. They brought new goods, technologies, and unfortunately diseases. This period marked a turning point in Vanuatu's history, with lasting consequences. The 19th century brought a new kind of chaos to Vanuatu colonial co-parenting, or, as it's less hilariously known, the Anglo-French condominium. See, both Britain and France had their eyes on the islands, and instead of fighting over them like sensible adults, they decided to share. What could possibly go wrong? In 1887 they established the Condominium of the New Hebrides, a truly bizarre arrangement that essentially created two of everything: administrations, police forces, legal systems, and even currencies. Imagine trying to run a country with your ex, where you disagree on everything from speed limits to tax brackets. Now picture doing it for almost a century. That was the reality for the people of Vanuatu under the condominium. This period saw the rise of plantation agriculture, with the French primarily focusing on coffee and the British on copra. The influx of foreign laborers, mainly from Vietnam and the Solomon Islands, further diversified the island's demographics, adding another layer to the already complex cultural tapestry. The condominium era was a time of immense change, with the islanders caught in the middle of a colonial tug-of-war. But amidst the confusion and exploitation, the seeds of nationalism were being sown. Section 4. Pig fangs and political power plays, the rise of nationalism. By the mid-20th century, the people of Vanuatu had had enough of colonial rule. Nationalist movements emerged, demanding self-governance and an end to the condominium's reign. The Nagriamel movement, led by Jimmy Stevens, combined Christian and traditional beliefs. Stevens, known for wearing a boar's tusk, became a symbol of resistance. Just before independence, Stevens declared Espiritu Santo independent, forming Vemerana. The rebellion was quickly ended by the new government with Papua New Guinea's help. Finally, on July 30, 1980, Vanuatu became an independent nation. Section 5. Freedom. After that whole tax haven kerfuffle. Independence at last. The birth of the Republic of Vanuatu was met with jubilation and hope. The new nation adopted a democratic system of government with a president as head of state and a prime minister as head of government. But like any new country, Vanuatu faced its fair share of challenges. Political instability, economic struggles, and the ever-present threat of natural disasters became recurring themes in the early years of independence. One particularly interesting episode involved Vanuatu's brief stint as a tax haven in the 1990s. Turns out, having lax financial regulations and a name that sounds like a tropical cocktail is a recipe for attracting some, shall we say, creative investors. The international community was not amused, and Vanuatu was promptly added to a list of non-cooperative tax havens. It was a bit of a PR nightmare, but hey, at least it made for some interesting headlines. Over time, Vanuatu learned to navigate the choppy waters of international relations, diversifying its economy, investing in education and healthcare, and advocating for its interests on the global stage. Section 6. Cyclones, Climate Change, and Cryptocurrency. Oh my, modern Vanuatu. Today, Vanuatu is a vibrant democracy grappling with the challenges and opportunities of the 21st century. Tourism has replaced agriculture as the mainstay of the economy, with visitors flocking to experience the country's pristine beaches, stunning natural beauty, and unique cultural heritage. But paradise comes with a price. Climate change poses an existential threat to Vanuatu, with rising sea levels, extreme weather events, and ocean acidification threatening the very existence of these low-lying islands. In 2015, Cyclone Pam, one of the strongest storms ever recorded in the South Pacific, devastated the country, causing widespread destruction and displacing thousands of people. It was a stark reminder of the vulnerability of small island developing states to the impacts of climate change. On the technological front, Vanuatu has become an unlikely pioneer in the world of cryptocurrency. In 2018, it became the first country to offer citizenship in exchange for Bitcoin, a move that raised eyebrows but also highlighted the government's willingness to embrace innovative solutions. From ancient traditions to modern innovations, Vanuatu continues to evolve, facing its challenges with resilience and a healthy dose of island humor. Section 7. So, you want to retire to a volcano? Vanuatu's future. So what does the future hold for Vanuatu? That's a question even the village elders with their mystical knowledge of custom, traditional beliefs, can't answer for sure. But one thing is certain, Vanuatu is a nation of survivors. From ancient explorers to colonial misadventures, from natural disasters to economic roller coasters, the people of Vanuatu have weathered countless storms, emerging stronger and more determined each time. The challenges ahead are significant, but so too is the spirit of the Ni Vanuatu people. As they navigate the complexities of globalization, climate change, and the ever-evolving digital landscape, one can't help but feel a sense of optimism for this tiny island nation with a big heart. Just remember, if you're planning to retire to a volcano, always pack an umbrella. You never know when the next tropical downpour might hit. And with that, we conclude our whirlwind tour of Vanuatu, a country where ancient traditions meet modern challenges, and where the spirit of resilience shines brighter than the tropical sun. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and most importantly, stay hydrated.